Recommend me a math tutor. Charlene, I do not have any recommendations at the moment, but I can recommend you English tutors. Definitely, okay? Maybe for math, you can firstly consult your school teachers first, right? Sometimes when you just reach out to your school teachers, they can actually provide you with a consultation session to actually teach you further, right? Okay, so let's just wait. Hey, yes. Okay, so I'll just move on with question 26, right? So it was my turn to wash the dishes that night. Unwinding from the day's work, my parents were lounging in the living room, sipping tea and watching television. Meanwhile, my brother had retired to his room. Okay, so let's just highlight all these. Oops. Okay, we highlight these words over here. Okay, Clarissa is in tuition. Oh, what tuition is she in? No wonder I haven't been seeing Clarissa recently in my life. Today is a Friday, so oh, probably CL. Hi Yolanda Flouncer. Wow. Retired goes to withdrawn. Okay, retired to his room. Right? Yes, so any more answer? Hi Moonlight, welcome everyone. Okay, so I have several answers over here, right? Just take note that this over here has 5 questions and they are for you to find the synonyms over here. Okay, so retired to his room, right? So he actually just went back to his room. Okay, so for this question, right, the answer is withdrawn. Very good. Okay. Oops, using the highlighter. Let me erase it. Okay, withdrawn. Very well done. Okay, withdrawn. Retired equals to withdrawn. Right, very good, Moonlight and Yolanda. Okay, I whistled a tune as I gave the greasy saucepan a good scrub. The bottom charred with stubborn bits of food. Okay, we all know that charred means this common saying we have in Singapore, right? Chow ta, right? So charred, right, over here. What does it mean, right? When it's charred means that it's burnt into, usually it's black, right? So yes, the answer can only be, right, one possible answer over here. Okay, burnt. Accidentally gave the answer away, right? Yes. So why not inject some fun into such a mundane task? Okay, a mundane task. So if you're unable to understand what the word means, we can just look around for the context of when they are using this word. So why is washing the dishes a mundane task, right? So what is mundane? Okay, Yolanda, monotonous. Okay, any more answers? Right? For mundane, any synonyms for mundane? Okay, Moonlight says it's one, tedious. Okay, so what does tedious mean? Right? Tedious actually means it's quite difficult. Okay, a difficult. Okay, this is a very tedious chore, right? However, this one, inject some fun, it's actually implying the opposite to mundane, right? It means to be boring, to be dull, right? Mundane actually means to be dull. Oops, spelling. Okay, mundane. Should it be boring or dull? Okay, which is why Yolanda is correct, right? The answer is actually monotonous. Right, when it's monotonous, right, when the teacher just drone on and on, right, being monotonous, it means that the class is really boring. Okay, that is why the answer can only be number 4. Okay, so moving on to question 29, right? I scrubbed relentlessly, my hands nearly giving out from the effort. Shortly after, I had completed the task. Okay, so for 29, we are looking at shortly after. Right? Shortly after. Okay, Moonlight's answer is 1, in no time. In no time, yes, Yolanda agrees. Right, yes, that is correct. Shortly after is in no time. Out of the blue is more similar to all of a sudden. It means to be suddenly. Okay, same applies to without warning. However, but after a short while, it means that in no time, immediately after. Okay, then, oh, Yolanda is already on to question 30. Surpassing my goal, I pranced around the kitchen. Okay, surpassing. Right, surpass. You surpass your goal. Right, so surpassing is exceeding. Yes, that is correct. Okay, surpassing. Right, surpass. Okay, means you exceed. You surpass it. Right, so the first place definitely surpass all the rest of the people running right in the race. Okay, so they exceeded. Okay, if there's no question, we can move on to the next practice, right? So over here, we are back to grammar. Okay, grammar, our best friend, right? So all the laundry blank picked up by the delivery man this morning. All the laundry. Okay, so this is a little slightly tricky, right? Must take note of two different things. Okay, so all the laundry, right? Moonlight's answer is number 3. Was number 3 for the previous one or the new one? 2. Ah. Okay, we know that this morning this is in past tense, right? Past tense, so we can definitely cancel away 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2. However, all the laundry, so is it singular or is it plural, right? So is it singular or is it plural? Right, Yolanda, this is a good time to ponder about this. So, do you think all the laundry is singular or plural? Is it a collective noun, right? So, any explanations? Okay, is it singular or is it plural? Okay, let me see the comments. Okay, Moonlight is debating between 2 and 3. Okay, so actually, right, the answer is correct. Okay, number 3 was. So why do we refer to this as singular, right? So in this case, laundry is actually an uncountable noun. Okay, why we can argue that laundry is countable. However, right, laundry can be countable only when you say it's a piece of clothing, like one t-shirt, one sock, one dress, one pair of shorts, right? So that is when we can count it. However, for laundry, it will be uncountable, as well as all the laundry. This is actually grouped together, so therefore it will be singular. Okay, so therefore the answer is number 3. Yes, was. Okay, question 2. Ahmad has cleaned up his room. Blank. Ask Madam Rohana. Full stop. Okay, they're missing a full stop here. So over here, we know this is question tag, right? Our favorite grammar question. Okay, question tag, we know has, so definitely it has to be number 3, hasn't he? Okay, they already spell it out for you over here. Please do not make any careless mistake when you do these kind of questions. Okay, so has will go on to hasn't, right? Just a refresh. When it is positive over here, here has to be negative. So if one of the options give you a positive form, please do make sure that you cancel it out. Okay, so the rest is definitely wrong, right? And moving on to question number 3. Blank, the students need any help with the project, they can approach their teachers. Okay, schools really like to test this kind of questions, right? They always want to ask you whether you understand how to use all these words. So for question number 3, what is the answer? Should. Yes. Okay, should is a replacement for if. Okay, a more formal replacement for if. Hey, should you need my help, feel free to reach out to me. Okay. Question 4. The man blank was in the news for helping the elderly is my neighbor. Okay. Was in the news. Okay, the man. This is not a noun, not a person, so we can cross out number 3. It cannot be whom. Okay, so the man, right? Who was in the news. Okay, because it's a man. Whose is usually used when something belongs to someone. Okay, belonging, right? So the wallet, right, it belongs to the man, so that will be when we use whose. Given that Julie knew of the situation at the last minute, there was blank that she could do. Okay, she knew at the last minute, right, means she cannot do much already. Okay, so the answer will be 2. Little. Very good. Okay, little. Cause why? This is uncountable. Okay, uncountable. So few and many cross out. Okay, and because it's last minute, she can't do much. So there was little she could do. Blank being exhausted from the long hours of training, the dancers preserved through. I think this should be persevered. Okay, right. Do you think this is a typo? Is there such thing as the dancers preserved through the final rehearsal? Okay, I would personally say I would replace this word as persevered, right? Push themselves through. Okay, so question number 6. However, we are still focusing on the first blank, right? So blank being exhausted, Moonlight's answer is 2. Okay, despite being exhausted. Okay, despite being exhausted, they still continued pushing through and gave their best, right? So for question 7, George confided blank Sally, his best friend, about his problems. Okay, confide blank someone. This is usually used together. Okay, confide blank someone. Okay, Moonlight's answer, confide in. This is the correct preposition for confiding. Okay, I confide in someone with my problems. Okay, so therefore the answer can only be number 1, right? Because the rest of the prepositions does not make sense. Okay, moving on to question 8. Oh, hi Javier, thank you for following. Okay, question 8. I blank the best time of my life right now. This is a very, very, very big hint. Okay, right now. Squealed little Timmy in excitement as he rode around in his new mini scooter. Okay, question number 8. What is your answer? 1. I am having. Yes. Currently happening, right? So I am having. Mrs. Chen saw the colorful bird blank swiftly all over the sunlit rooftop. Okay, so she saw. We know this is one of our 5 senses question. Therefore, we need to know that this will be in the BF. Okay? It's not best friend, it's base form. Right, so base form is fly swiftly. Okay, she saw the colorful bird fly swiftly. Okay, so therefore the answer is 1. Yes, Moonlight. Okay, the answer is number 1. And question number 10, Wei Ming, blank counseled by the teacher, decided to change for the better. Okay, Wei Ming, blank counseled by the teacher, decided to change for the better. Okay, so it's already done. This action was already done, right? Was counseled by the teacher. We would want to reconsider using was. Okay, we know that it definitely isn't is because this is a past tense. However, he was counseled by the teacher, decided to change for the better. This sentence does not really flow well, right? So, do you have any other answer for this case, right? Three had been. Okay, so this is past perfect. Okay, this is simple past. And this is present perfect. Okay, so we have to use present perfect in this context. Why so? Right, because it is still relevant in the present. Okay, still relevant in the present. Therefore, we would say that, oh, having been counseled, right, after that happened, it is still relevant to right now because he decided to change for the better. Okay, so therefore the answer is number 4. Right, having been counseled by the teacher, he decided to change for the better. Okay, so having been. Right, let's go on to grammar close. Okay, grammar close. So, New Year's Day is celebrated around the world, with each culture showcasing its own unique set of traditions. In Taiwan, families gather to write wishes and hopes on sky lanterns, blank releasing them into the night sky. Okay, so they write on the lanterns, then they release into the night sky, right? Hi Tabitha, yes. Right, how can I help you? Do you have any questions or you want to answer anything? Okay, G, yes. Okay, both of you says before. That is correct. Okay, thank you for your answer. Right, that is correct. Okay, before releasing them into the night sky. In Japan, the New Year brings families together for the first shrine visit of the year. Families may also engage blank other traditions such as first calligraphy writing of the year. Okay, also engage blank other traditions. Okay, engage blank other traditions. Families may also engage in, yes, okay, engaging in a tradition. Okay, yes, K is correct. Good job, Tabitha and Moonlight. Right. Calligraphy of the year, blank the eating of long noodles for a long life. Okay, blank the eating of long noodles for a long life. So question 13. D, yes, very good. And the eating of long noodles for a long life. Okay, so the first calligraphy of the year and the eating of long noodles. Similarly, among the Native American tribes, New Year ceremonies hold spiritual significance. Rituals vary blank tribes but often involve communal feasting and traditional dances performed blank roaring bonfires. Okay, so vary blank tribes. Okay, tribes, right? So they vary. This is a very common word we use, right? Vary across. Yes, very good. Okay, across all the tribes, right, they have variations. Okay, traditional dances performed blank raising bonfires. Okay, performed blank raising bonfires. Okay, question 15. Fifteen is E, yes. Okay, around roaring bonfires. These ceremonies serve not only to welcome the new year, but to blank strengthen and deepen their long ancestral connection. Okay, but to blank strengthen and deepen. Okay, but to also, yes. Okay, but to also strengthen and deepen their long ancestral connection to blank land that they have inhabited for centuries. Okay, to blank land. Okay, to what land? Right, to the land, yes. Okay, the land. It's not our land, it is the land, right? Okay, so it is N. Yes. Okay. In Spain, New Year's Eve is a vibrant affair marked by the lively street parties and family gatherings. Blank midnight approaches, tradition dictates eating 12 grapes. Okay? Blank midnight approaches. Okay, yes. As midnight approaches, right? Tradition dictates eating 12 grapes, one for blank stroke of the clock. One for blank stroke of the clock. Each, yes, okay, each stroke of the clock, so it's H. Okay, each stroke of the clock symbolizing good luck for 12 months ahead. From the colorful lantern festivals of Taiwan to the solemn ceremonies of Native American tribes, blank celebrations showcase how humans bid farewell to the old and embrace the new. Okay, celebrations, right? Celebrations, wow, Yolanda. Very fast in your answer, right? These celebrations, right? Therefore, the answer is P. Okay, these celebrations. Okay, so here are all the answers for this practice, right? Very good. Okay, let's go on to our vocabulary once again, right? Yolanda is specifically good at vocabulary. Right, I realized that Yolanda is actually quite strong in the vocabulary. Okay, so let's look at question 21. Okay. Yolanda, what's that emoji? Yes. Right. Actually, I think that your English is actually really strong. You have great foundation. Okay, question 21. Right. The weather service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning and cautioned the visibility on the roads is going to be blank. Okay, visibility on the road is going to be... Okay, any answers? Receded. Yes, okay. Actually, the answer is correct. Okay, receded. So what does receded mean, right? Okay, severe thunderstorm warning, caution the visibility on the roads, right? It's going to be decreasing, right? Receding, it actually means to decrease in this context. Okay, so there may be another meaning for receded. However, in this context, we will use it as diminish, right? To decrease the visibility. Okay, we can also say that when there's a tsunami or something, right? So the waves has receded or the flood waters have receded. Okay, that is another way we can use this word. Okay, moving on to question 22. Siti and Mary were best friends, but they blanked last week because of a huge misunderstanding. Okay, phrasal verbs, our favorite. Okay, phrasal verbs. The more you do, the more you understand how simple we can apply phrasal verbs into our lives, right? So, fell out. Yes, okay? So, before you realize that, oh, actually all of these phrases have different vocabulary meanings, right? So, phrasal verbs, question 22. Yes, the answer is fell out. Okay, fell out. Means that their friendship broke. They ignoring each other right now because they are petty over this argument. Okay, question 23. Geraldine is well known to be someone who is blank on her feet to come up with solutions within a short time. Okay, blank on her feet. Right? Blank on her feet. This is quite a common phrase we use. Okay, quick on her feet. Yes, quick on her feet. Okay, question 24. Wow, we are speeding through vocabulary. Right? The smell from the rubbish bin was so blank that Alan vomited after he walked past it. You must imagine the stench of this, right? So it was so blank. Okay, so question 24. What is your answer? Okay, question 24. Right, the smell from the rubbish bin was so blank. Overwhelming, yes. Okay, overwhelming. Okay, very overwhelming smell that he vomited. It was too much for him to take in. Right, too much to handle. Okay, too much to handle. Therefore, it is number 4. Okay, we don't really say that a smell is very severe. However, we can say that a smell can be intense, right? So, in this case, overwhelming is the most suitable word that we can put in the blank. And moving on to question 25. The pirates entered Singapore illegally and will be blanked to their home country next week. Okay, they entered Singapore illegally, right? So it's not just flying them back nicely and kindly. You trespass a country, therefore you will be blank. Okay, what would the answer be? 1. Deported. Yes. Okay, very good. Deport the pirates back to their home country. Okay, deported. Therefore, the answer is correct. We can move on to the next part. Okay, back to this vocabulary close again. Right. According to the World Economic Forum, only 14% of plastic packaging is collected for recycling. Plastics often become soiled with food waste. As a result, the majority plastics end up either incinerated or disposed of in landfills. Okay, soiled, right? Soiled. So this means to become dirty, right? Question 26, therefore contaminated is correct. Okay, when it's contaminated, it means that it actually became dirty, right? It's one of the sense, oh, your food is actually contaminated, right? Do not eat it, okay? We don't really say dented. Dented is more of like, there's this dent in your item. So maybe the plastic is dented means that, oh, there's a dent in it. Doesn't really make sense. Okay, stain, I understand some of you may say stain. However, soil is not just a minor stain, right? It actually means a contamination for food waste. Okay, tarnished. Okay, tarnish is usually used for a certain material, right? Do you know what the material is for tarnish? Okay. Usually we would say that, oh, silver tarnishes, right? So therefore the answer is number 4. So I cross this out. Right, this is to oxidize. Okay. Oxidize or just to, usually it's for jewelry. Okay, I'll write this down here. Okay, dispose of in landfills. Oh, tarnish reputation. Yes, okay, that's also a good phrase. Reputation is tarnished. Okay, tarnished reputation means that it's ruined, right? Like if you see the news recently, maybe there will be someone's reputation who is tarnished. Yes, okay, dropping a hint. Right, question 27. Okay, disposed of in landfills. Okay, disposed of in landfills. Okay, so answer is number 1, discarded. Yes, when you discard something, it means you're disposing it. Okay, discarded. Question 28. Many companies turning to innovative solutions. Turning to innovate solutions such as reusable packaging. Okay, innovate. I believe the word should be innovative. Okay, it should be in a noun form. Okay, question 28 is 1, creative. Yes. Okay, creative. So, yes, many companies turning to innovative solutions such as reusable packaging. Yeah, okay, let me just, innovative. A famous coffee chain is actively working to reduce its reliance on the disposable cups. Okay, reliance. Reliance. The earlier paragraph also got one typo. Really? Did I miss it out? Majority of plastics. Oh yeah, the majority of. Right, thank you for pointing that out. Okay, majority of plastics. Okay, yes. So, moving on to the next question. Right, question 29, reliance. Your answer is dependence. Okay, question 29, that is correct. Okay, you rely and you depend on someone, right? Depend on plastic. You rely on plastic. Okay, the company has announced plans to phase out single-use cups by 2025. Phase out. Okay, phase out. So phasing out, it means that over a period of time, it slowly just stops, right? So it's eliminate gradually. Very good. Okay, gradually. So it's not immediately, not sudden. Okay, so this is wrong, right? And you don't introduce. Phasing out means you are just removing it already. So the only possible answer is number 4. Okay, and back to grammar and MCQ and grammar close. Yes. Okay, Ali noticed the elderly man blank on the wet floor and fall. Okay, notice, right? This is yet another 5 senses question that we have. So therefore, this has to be BF. Okay, BF as in base form, not best friend. Right, so the answer is sleep. Okay, question 2. We are very encouraged that the number of children who have gone to a sports CCA blank increasing. Okay, the number of children, right? Number of children. This is a collective noun, right? Okay, collective noun, therefore a number, we are referring to the number only. So blank increasing. So this is present tense. We know that we can cross out 3 and 4, sorry. 3 and 4, not floor. Right. So what is the answer for question 2? Yes, okay. Is increasing, right? The number is increasing. If he blanked the answer to the question, he would raise his hand. Okay, this is past tense, right? And therefore this will be in what tense? Right, question number 3, knew, yes. Okay, if he knew the answer to the question, he would raise his hand. Okay, if he knew. Jane together with her siblings. Okay, easy. See these 2 commas, we can cross out that extra information, or what we call a distractor. For all of you who are here, take note to cross out all the distractors when you need. Okay, so blank time with their grandmother every Sunday. Okay, present. Okay, so Jane only. Okay, we look at Jane only. Focus on Jane. Right, question 4, the answer is spends. You hardly read books, blank. Question Mrs. Tan when she was advising Tom, her student, how to improve his reading skills. Right? So you hardly read books. Question 5. This is a more difficult question tag question. Right? On how to identify the question tag, right? Question for this case is hardly. Right? Means that you rarely, you do not really. Yes, it's negative, so we should pick a positive. Yes. Okay, negative, therefore this should be positive. So we can cross out 3 and 4. And why is it do and why is it not have, right? So hardly is you hardly do read books. Okay, so this is an action already, so therefore we just don't write the do inside there when we are forming the sentence. However, when you are actually identifying the question tag, right, definitely this will make the most sense. Okay, moving on to question 6. If you want to focus on your task at hand, you need to stay away blank distractions. Okay, you need to stay away blank distractions. So question number 6. Away blank distractions. So yes, from distractions. Okay, away from distractions. Okay, stay away from distractions. Question 7. Please approach me for clarification blank you have any doubts. Again, we see this question, we immediately know the answer already. Right, you don't even need to continue looking at the other options. You just have to spot that one word. Okay, you have any doubts? So therefore the answer is okay, what would the answer be? Right. Blank, you have any doubts? Okay. Any idea? Blank, you have any doubts? Right, we have done this question many times and it always only have this same answer. Right, they always test the same question type. They just tweak the sentence a little to throw students off. So when you're doing your prelims or your EOY for P5s and the P6s, just take note that all of these questions will definitely be helpful for your PSLE, right? The more you do, the more you are able to identify the question types for grammar, and it is very easy to score full marks for your grammar. Okay, hi Nicole, thank you for liking the live. Right, would you like to try answering question number 7? Okay, question 7. Okay, question 7. Nicole, want to give it a shot? Okay, so the answer for this question is actually should, right? It's a more formal way of saying if. Okay, more formal of saying if. Can? Right, question number 8. Since Madam Lim had blank time left after running her errands, she decided to go for a jog in the park. Okay? She can still afford the time to go for a jog, right? So therefore she had blank time. Okay, time is uncountable. Okay, time is uncountable. Therefore the answer can only be number 4, right? She had much time. Therefore she can still go for a jog. If she had too little time, right? Then she cannot go for a jog. She had to do something else already. Okay, yes, Charlene, that is correct. Very well done. Okay, question number 9. Blank of how hard Sally tried. She still could not solve the jigsaw puzzle. Okay, blank of. Okay, so this word over here we always use with of. Right, so what will your answer be? Okay, something of how hard Sally tried. Okay, we definitely know that the answer will not be while of, unless of, okay, or however of, right? So by the process of elimination, we easily got ourselves the answer already. Right, so the answer is regardless of. Very good, Charlene. Okay, regardless of how hard Sally tried. Amy blank care of the injured parrot from the time she found it at the park till now. Okay, from the time till now means it's still relevant right now. It's still happening, and yes, okay, so it will be in the present perfect form, right? Present perfect. Okay, take note, because it's still now, it's still relevant, it hasn't ended yet. Okay, so it's still ongoing. So the answer is Number 3, very good. Okay, has been taking. Has been taking. Okay, number 3 is correct. Okay, back to grammar close. Okay, so if you look at this passage, did you know that bees help to produce the food that we eat? Bees are known blank their remarkable ability to pollinate flowers. Okay, known something, right? They are known. The bees are known blank. Bees are known blank. Okay, known for their remarkable ability. Yes, very good. Okay, known for. They serve as pollinators for vast numbers of plant species. These super pollinators blank presence in various habitats. Okay, blank presence in various habitats. So, question number 12, what is your answer? Okay, they are referring to the super pollinators, right? So, blank presence. Okay, the presence belongs to them. Right. So the answer is any idea? Anyone wants to try? Right. What's the answer to question number 12? Okay. Question 12. Anyone wants to try answering the question? Okay. So it's actually whose, right? Whose presence in various habitats stretches across millions of years, contribute greatly to the reproduction of plants. Blank, bees are extremely important in supporting food production. Can you not see my comment? Yeah, Charlene, I didn't see your comment. I only saw the answer to C. Right. It didn't show up on my screen. I only saw the previous comment for the previous answer. Is it possible that it got filtered because it is a single letter P? Okay, interesting. Right. Okay, moving on to 13. Charlene. Right, 13. What is your answer? I will make sure I will see your comment. Right, but over here on my screen, I only can see. Ah, I see. No wonder. Right, so you actually spelled that out. Okay, I cup. It is a very, very old school joke already. Right. Actually, since last time, this joke was already around. Okay. So, question 13, what is your answer? Question 13. Okay, question 13, what is your answer? Blank, bees are extremely important. Can zoom in, can't see. Oh, okay, can. Come, I zoom in for you. Okay, so blank, bees are extremely important in supporting food production. L, yes. Okay, L is actually correct. Very good, Charlene. Right. Thus, bees are extremely important in supporting food production. Okay, L is correct. So next, bees migrated across from different regions of the world on their own as well as blank human activity. So bees migrated across different regions of the world on their own as well as blank human activity. So what is the answer for this question? Right, question 14. As well as as well as blank human activity over thousands of years. As well as blank human activity. Oh, let me cancel P first. Okay, as well as M. As well as to human activity. As well as blank human activity. Hi, Kelly. Okay, organized chaos says K. Through human activity over thousands of years, right? So, as well as through human activity. Okay, yes, they actually migrate around, right? This is a little bit niche. What's K? K is through. Over here, I zoom in for you. K is through. Okay, so therefore that is the answer, right? And moving on to question 15, it was not blank recent centuries that humans began to understand and make use of the pollination services provided by bees. Okay, it was not blank recent centuries, right? Not something. Okay, it was not blank. Hi, Nicole. Okay, so it was not blank recent centuries. Yes, okay, until, very good. Okay, not until recent centuries that humans began to understand and make use of the pollination services provided by bees. Okay, farmers started using bees to increase the yield of crops, resulting in blank efficient farming practices. Okay, hi A, your answer is R. Oh, and Shalene asked if I want a rose. Sure, Shalene. Right. What is R? Where is option R? I can't find it. Wow, okay, Shalene, thank you for the rose. Right. Okay, so what is it? Right, question 16. Is R a typo? Right, because I don't see any option R over here, unless I missed it out in the boxes over here. Right. Right, because the last option over here is actually Q, right? One alphabet before R. Okay, so you want to try again, resulting in blank efficient farming practices. Okay, F, organized chaos says the answer is more efficient. That is correct. Okay, more efficient farming practices. There's no R. Yeah, Nicole, there's no R. The drop in bee populations in recent decades blank made it harder for farmers to grow crops. Okay, blank made it harder. Okay, so is it has or have? Okay, the drop, right? The drop. Okay, so the drop blank made it harder, has or have. Okay, let me know if you are unable to see the words because I know that it's pretty zoomed out for you to see both the question and the thing. Yes, okay, yes, thank you, Kelly. Apologies because I want to show you both the question and the options together, but it's a bit hard on the screen, right? Okay, so zooming in over here, yes, these are the options, right? And the question over here is the drop in the bee populations in recent decades blank made it harder for farmers to grow crops. Okay, so blank made it harder. Okay, so organized chaos says that the answer is D. Anyone else? Right, anyone agrees with organized chaos or disagrees with organized chaos? Okay, just feel free to type your answer in or ask me to scroll around if you need to. Okay. So yes, organized chaos is actually correct in this case, right? For question 17, has made it harder, right? Has made it harder for farmers to grow crops each year. Each year, blank work with researchers to protect and support bee populations. Okay? Blank work with researchers. Okay, farmers, right? Farmers. Okay, Kelly, why you put a full stop there? Okay, I will leave it here for a while more. Okay, for you to look at the options. Do you type your answer? Because just now Charlene also typed her answer, then I didn't manage to see it because it probably got filtered away. However, Charlene typed something that I didn't see. That is why I'm unsure whether it was an appropriate answer or not, right? But over here, I believe that the answer each year, blank work with researchers, right? Farmers, right? Farmers. So the answer can only be they. They work with researchers to protect and support bee populations, right? Bees, particularly honeybees, are not blank pollinators but also producers of honey. Okay, so we have not only but also, right? So I actually accidentally gave away the answer. Okay, the answer is G, right? Not only. So we always use this correlative conjunction together, right? Not only, but also. Okay, so honeybees are not only pollinators, but also producers of honey, a valuable resource. Without their extensive pollination work, many crops blank fail to produce fruit. Okay, many crops blank fail to produce fruit. Okay, so many crops, without them, they would fail to produce fruit, right? Would. Okay, so therefore, this is the correct answer. Okay, would fail. Right. Okay, since grammar close is really hard for us to do together, let's move on to vocabulary MCQ, our last segment of today, right? Last segment. Okay, so looking at this, Lina had a momentary blank in concentration in the final sets of the chess tournament, which resulted in her being defeated by her opponent, right? So she had a momentary blank in concentration. Okay, momentary blank. Okay, suddenly she didn't have concentration, right? So a sudden cut, sudden blackout of concentration, right? She suddenly just lost the concentration already. Okay, so what is the answer for this? Okay, hi Wawa. Wawa's answer is lapse, and that is correct. Okay, there was a lapse in my judgment, means that I missed out something. There was a lapse in my concentration. I missed out concentrating for that moment, which is why this Lina actually lost the competition, right? Okay, and moving on to question 22. The driver had to be blank. There was a lapse in me attending this class session today. No worries, Wawa. Right, we are actually at the last segment of our lesson already. However, there will still be other live hosts doing lessons later on. So do remember to check it out later, because there will be teacher Yahweh and teacher Valerie, right? There will be teacher Yahweh and teacher Valerie teaching later on. Okay? So question 22. The driver had to be blank from the wrecked car as quickly as possible, okay, to save his life. So for this case, they have to drag him out, right? For question 22, the answer is correct. Extricated. Okay, extricated. Okay, question 23. Jake shared his lunch with Perry, who had forgotten to bring food. Perry thanked him for his kind something. Okay, very easy, kind gesture, right? Cannot be a kind signal, tribute, or pledge. None of these is correct. Okay, so quickly moving on to 24. Yes, Nicole, number 4 is correct, right? Gesture, kind gesture. Okay, question 24, let's blank to the side of the road. Okay, we have to stop by, right? So we just drive our car and stop at the side of the road. So over here, this phrasal verb, what do we use? Right, let's blank to the side of the road. Okay, yes, Wawa and Nicole, very good. Okay, pull over. Okay, so this means to stop by the side of the road. Okay, pull over, we just... So I say, oh, let's pull over at McDonald's for some drive-through McNuggets, right? So that's how we will use it, right? And do feel free to ask me any questions if you want to clarify on any of the words over here. Okay, don't be shy, right? Just comment and I'll answer your question at my best, right? Okay, so we are moving on to the last segment of our life, right? The last question, the final question over here before we stop today's live. So let's see, question 25. Ram had no choice but to blank and endure the pain. Yes, Moon X, this is the last question for our live today already. Okay, Moon X. However, don't worry, right? Later there will be Teacher Yahweh's live and Teacher Valerie's live. Okay, so Ram had no choice but to blank and endure the pain in his injured ankle. So over here, right, we are looking at an idiom. Okay, we are looking at an idiom to replace all these. He played the basketball match till the end. Okay, so Wawa says bite his tongue. Nicole hasn't given me her answer, right? Okay, so Wawa's answer is number 4. Okay, Moon X, you are so late. It's okay, Moon X. You can try answering question 25 together, right? Our last question together before I will see you all next week. Okay, so for question 25, why is it bite the bullet? Okay, bite the bullet is correct. Okay, so this is actually an idiom to say that, oh, I bite the bullet and I'm continue even though I'm in severe pain. Bite his tongue is avoiding saying something. Thank you, Wawa, for your explanation, right? So bite the tongue and bite the bullet are different things, right? So biting the bullet means that you are doing something difficult. Okay, means you are forcing yourself, right? Because biting the bullet is not something everyone wants to do. Force yourself. Okay, I write in short form because I have no space, right? To do something difficult or pain or unpleasant. Okay, how about break a leg? Right, we always say break a leg, but what does break a leg mean? It's not the very literal break a leg meaning. Okay, what does break the leg mean? Okay, so I will say, okay, let me give you an example. So before Jenny performed, right, I told her, oh, break a leg. Break a leg is like 加油, yes, Wawa. Wow, you are very good at your idioms, right? I'm glad to hear that, right? So break a leg actually means good luck, okay? 加油. I can write this. 加油, good luck. Okay, nowadays rarely people will say that because in Singapore context, we say it in Chinese, right? Yay, I got it correct. Yes, Kelly, that's correct. Okay, break the ice. We know we always play icebreaker games. This is where it comes from, right? Icebreaker. So what is icebreaker? I mean, what is breaking the ice in general? Okay, have you ever played an icebreaker game, especially for those of you in secondary school when you go for Sec 1 orientation? Right, definitely all of you have experience in icebreakers. Yes, Moon X has experience playing icebreakers before. So what does break the ice mean? Right, when it is ice, we are describing it as a cold thing. So everyone at the start, when we are unknown people to each other, we are strangers, right? We are just very cold to each other. So when you break the ice, you slowly warm up to the people. Therefore, icebreakers is actually to mean that, right? To warm up to people. Okay, something along that line, yes. Okay, so break the ice is actually a real idiom that where icebreaker games originated from, right? So it's to say something or do something to relieve the tension between these bunch of strangers. Therefore, why we play orientation, why we play icebreaker game in orientation, right, is because we want to warm up to everyone that we have never seen in our lives before, right? If you go to a new secondary school, you see so many unfamiliar faces. Therefore, you have to relieve the tension between your by playing like what are some icebreaker games that you know? Probably there is two truths, one lie, right? That's a very common icebreaker that I have played with my students before, right? All of these icebreakers can slowly get the students to speak up and know more about each other. Okay, so delving more into the idioms segment, because some of us will confuse with certain idioms, right? And take it as the literal meaning. So break a leg doesn't mean to just like, oh, break your leg, it means it's bad, right? No, in fact, it is actually a way of saying good luck. Okay, so I'm glad that you all understand these idiom phrases, and I'll see you all next week, okay? Right, you can catch my live next week. Okay, bye bye everyone. Thank you for joining our live and liking all of these. Okay, see y'all. Bye bye. Okay, thank you Wawa, Kelly, Nicole, and Moon X. Next week, yes, I usually do my lives in the afternoon. Right, next week I have a live at 2:30 p.m. You can catch my live at 2:30 p.m. Yeah, that's most of the timings of my TikTok live. Okay, Moon X, yes, thank you for joining our live, even though it's so late and you only joined for one question. Right, no worries, I'll see you really soon, really soon. Have a great weekend ahead, everyone, okay? Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye. Bye bye.